The camera opens on a training field under the burning sun. Dust clings to boots, and the air carries the sound of young voices, recruits in fresh uniforms, lined up with rifles slung over their shoulders. Their laughter is sharp, cocky, the kind of laughter only youth can carry, unaware of the weight of years, unaware of the sacrifices carved into the man standing before them. That man is an old veteran. His uniform is long retired, his medals resting somewhere in a wooden box at home, but his presence carries a weight heavier than any badge. His back is straight, though time has bent his body, and his eyes, clear, sharp, weathered, hold the kind of calm no battlefield could ever steal. The recruits whisper, smirk, nudge each other as the sergeant hands him a rifle. To them, he is a relic, a story in flesh, someone who has long since been outpaced by modern training and modern tactics. One of the recruits mutters, bet he can't even hold it steady. Another chuckles, he'll probably miss the whole range. But the veteran doesn't flinch. He doesn't need to answer their words, because he knows something they don't. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned. The rifle feels familiar in his hands, as if it had been waiting for him all along. The metal is cold, the weight solid. His fingers curl around it naturally, the way a pianist's hands find keys after years away from the stage. The sergeant gives a subtle nod, and the line of recruits fall silent, waiting for the moment they're certain will prove their jokes right. The wind whistles through the training ground as he steps forward. His boots press into the dust, leaving prints deep in shore. He lifts the rifle, and suddenly, the field is quiet, unnaturally quiet. The cocky smirks fade slightly as they watch his posture change, the ease with which he steadies the weapon. His breath slows, his eyes lock on the target in the distance. Then, in a single heartbeat, he fires. The crack of the shot echoes across the field, sharp and commanding. And then, the target shudders, jerks, and collapses clean off its stand. Not a chip, not a crack, but the whole target knocked flat as if humbled by the bullet itself. The silence is deafening. The recruits stare, eyes wide, mouths slightly open, their laughter choked away by shock. The sergeant's lips twitch into a knowing smile, because he knew this wasn't just a demonstration. This was a lesson. The veteran lowers the rifle slowly, his expression unchanged. He doesn't gloat. He doesn't look for approval. He simply sets the weapon down and steps back, his eyes briefly scanning the faces of the recruits. Some drop their gaze, embarrassed by their earlier smirks. Others stare with newfound respect, realization dawning in their young minds. One of them, the boldest of the group, finally speaks. His voice is softer now, almost reverent. Sir, how did you do that? The veteran's eyes narrow, not unkindly, but with the weight of memory. It's not about the gun. It's about the man holding it. Discipline, patience, respect. You learn those, and the weapon becomes an extension of you. Without them, you're just making noise. The words hang heavy in the air, sinking deeper than any lecture could. The recruits shift uncomfortably, glancing at each other, no longer mocking but humbled. In that moment, they understand. They are standing before someone who has walked through fire, someone who has faced life and death, someone who carries scars they cannot see. And then, the veteran turns away. His pace is unhurried, steady, as if the demonstration was nothing more than another day. But for the recruits, it is unforgettable. They will carry this memory for the rest of their training, and maybe their lives, the day they laughed at an old soldier, only to witness the steel that time could never rust. The camera lingers on the fallen target, the dust still rising around it, before cutting back to the recruits' faces, now marked with respect, silence, and a hint of awe. The voiceover swells with emotion. This wasn't just about a rifle. This wasn't about hitting a target. It was about proving that true strength never fades with age. That experience, discipline, and heart will always outlast arrogance. Remember this moment. Share it. Because somewhere out there, a veteran carries the weight of your freedom on his shoulders. And when he lifts a rifle, even time itself holds its breath. The music rises, cinematic and moving, carrying the emotion to its peak. The final words echo. If this story touched you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because every view, every share, every voice raised in respect, keeps their legacy alive.